Hello, Los Ranchos Elementary School. Teresa Tree here. Today, I'm at a different garden. This is a public garden called San Luis Obispo Botanical Garden. And I used to work here doing children's education. One of our main lessons is drought tolerant plants. Plants that survive the heat and the lack of water. Those are all called Mediterranean plants. And where they are located in the world is called Mediterranean climate zones. We're going to show you right here on this map of the world that there's 5 Mediterranean climate zones. California, the Mediterranean Basin, Central Chile, the Cape of South Africa, and Western and South Australia. They all are in the same latitude lines and south of the equator and north of the equator. They're all on western seaboards or coastlines. Okay, so let's go and see some examples of native plants from different parts of the world. For example, right over here, is some plants from South Africa that I find so beautiful. We're going to pan and show proteus, excuse me. Look at that purple cone one. Back over here. Proteaceae, they're all in the same family, Proteas. Look at that color, amazing. Now we're in Australia. This eucalyptus, for example, is an Australian tree. Banksia, grevilleas, all these nice furry looking plants. Bottle brushes are all from the continent of Australia. Now we're in Chile, which is a country in South America. Remember, it's on the same latitude lines and on the west coast. And it has a lot of little bushes and medium-sized bushes. It's in the myrtle family. It has fuchsias. And it has this beautiful tree behind us. Let's walk up here and see this Mayton's tree. Tree grows near water in the foothills of the Andes. That's the mountain range in the central coast of California. And water it seldom to avoid invasive suckers. Invasive, that's a word that's related in this lesson today too. Invasive means that it takes over, that it keeps coming up, And you actually will see on the ground all these little things that called suckers. It's kind of like a weed that's in the wrong place. So all these little invasive suckers have to be pulled out. So that's an example of something that's invasive. Okay, now we're in the Mediterranean Basin. That means everything that's around the Mediterranean Sea. All the continent of Europe, but also the Middle East. They all hug the coastline where the Mediterranean Sea is. There's a lot of herbs that come from there. There's rosemary, there's oleander bush, this is a myrtle bush, the rock rose, figs that you eat, pomegranates you eat, olives, grapes, all of those Mediterranean climate plants that grow along the Mediterranean Sea. There's a cute flower on the Cistus rock rose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals with a dot on each petal. A rock rose. Now we're revisiting South Africa, and then this rock garden is a succulent garden. All of the plants that are fleshy and squishy, they're succulent. Okay, and that is an adaptation to the Mediterranean climate region because they store their water. It feels like there's water inside of here. Different kind of aloes, aloe ferox, there's aloe vera, there's aloe maculata. Anyway, there's all different kinds of succulents, and they are all from South Africa. Also, those tortillas were from South Africa. Look at the size of these, and you can plant these in your yard. And they're a native plant to South Africa, but they do good in your California landscapes. speaking of California, that's where you live. You live in a Mediterranean climate zone. We have California Native Plants, California Native Plant Society. You can go on walks and trails and see these out around here. This is the sticky monkey flower. It has different color schemes. There's a hummingbird coming to visit it too. And California fuchsia, California sticky monkey flower, California lilac, otherwise known as ceanothus, manzanita, with this beautiful kind of red bark. There's another manzanita. Another manzanita. Actually, the coastal sage scrub or chaparral, all of these bushes are fitting in that category, meaning they're scrubby, they have little leaves that point upward and are adapted to this dry climate because the leaves themselves are dry and brittle. Okay, and that's why they have that word chaparral, meaning it's dry, brittle, and cowboys, they wear their chaps. That means they wear pants to protect them when they're out in nature on these trails on the mountain in California.
Go.
Okay, so plant Mediterranean climate plants in the ground, especially during the fall. This is the time to put plants in the ground because the rain will be coming, and then they can get a start. And you can plant Mediterranean plants, South African plants, Chilean plants, Mediterranean basin, Australian, and California native plants. Or you can plant just California native plants, and then you'd have a native garden of just native plants. And they're beautiful, and they're all adapted to this hot, dry weather pattern that we have.